Yeah.
Crazy.
Stay in the
I've
stream.
got-
Is it a record?
Although we are still pushed back 15 minutes just out of habit. Yeah, I mean, if everyone wants to, we can just crack straight into it. So, who would like to recap on where we were in the last bit?
That's
All right,
total.
I'd like to get back into it after a long vacation. Thank you, Romak, for picking up for like 6 sessions in a row.
Go right ahead, my friend.
We pick up a day's journey away from Herdogas. We need to move north at a rapid pace in order to catch up with those who have caused the calamity behind us. As we head north, we hear a cry from the side of the road. We choose to depart and investigate, and we hear this long cry still a distance away. We come to a cliff at the base of which is a pile of snow. We manage to get ourselves up the cliff, and we see, hanging off a tree, in the middle of the barren wastes of the frozen north, a turtle person who seems very much out of his climate. We come to his rescue, and with a little bit of engineering, we manage to get Romak to catch him after being cut down. He, Brother Keck, is extremely grateful to us for his help, and is constantly praising Ka, who has been the source of all his who has been the source of his preservation so far, and has no doubt led us to him. And we take this in good stride and hope to get back to our cart, for he clearly needs warmth and shelter and food, and we need to get back north. Descending from the cliff we had climbed up before, we sense a tremor in the ground. We see snow moving around far away, and before we know it, we are attacked from below by a Remoraz, a beautiful monster of the frozen north. A creature which is capable of producing great fire within itself while surviving in these snowy wastes. We soon learn the danger of this creature, as all attacks against it result in the burning of the individual who attacked it. However, with our combined forces, we manage to bring it down quickly. Brother Keck needs some help, and we all rush to aid those who have been wounded. Hezekiah chooses to collect some of the blood of this creature, thinking that it must be valuable, as this is the blood that allows a fiery beast to survive in the snow. We get back to our cart and back on the road and move towards Herdogas. We have a conversation about religion from the broadest to the narrowest. Brother Keck tells us that he comes from the southwesternmost part of our land in the realm of King Aaron Tarnfall. His religion, that of Ka, is not one which we are familiar with, but he tells us that it is known all about in his land. For 25 years he has been studying in the principles of Ka, and has recently set out to preach across the world. Romak and Lachlan seem not entirely impressed by Ka, but Hezekiah is broadly warm towards the sentiments of those who worship the earth and its natural spirits. We continue our difficult discussions as we continue north, and that, I think, is where we ended it.
Perfect. So yeah, you are all back on the cart and continuing down the path on your journey north into the mountain range. You are no closer than you were when we last left off, where you found Brother Carr. So we are still traveling at this point. And as far as you know, you're nearly there, but there's probably another half a day or so to get there, by your estimation. What would you like to do, guys?
Keep going. I've forgotten what we were talking about in character. I mean.
Well, Jasper
Was
has
all
been
religion.
asleep in the cart for the duration.
You just made me draw on him or something.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
exactly
so-
where we left off.
While the party was
where we
conversing and investigating, Jasper was asleep. At Romok's prompting, Locke tried to draw a moustache on Jasper, which woke him up.
Yes. So Jasper, you join this. You wake up, find Locke perched over you with what were you drawing on him with?
Quill. A magical
Quill.
quill. Yes.
So he's got
Done
instant
it.
quill in hand, and the cart just bumps a little bit, and he jabs you in the eye.
What? I wouldn't go near his eye. I'll let you know I'm a steady hand and I'm used to a rocky ship.
Has he actually
Would
drawn
be except
or just
Romock
threatening
bumped
to?
into you.
Oh, Robo.
Romo just lets out a belly laugh.
So I guess wake up. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Oh, sorry, I was putting a rune on you to protect you from the cold while you were sleeping.
Really?
Yes.
I sort of sit up a bit. I'll.
Oh, look, before you get into that, you really mustache.
I'll use my dagger blade to like look at my face and to see.
Oh no.
What was it you were trying to draw on him?
The mustache, but
Understand? You can see
it didn't
the
go
start
very well.
of inking across your lip. It wasn't completed. It was nowhere near completed. So, but there is a
Just
little
like a
bit.
downlink.
You know what? They've given you just a little bit right in the middle. You know what? The hit line.
You don't have
I
like
mean, this
sparring
is what you
speech,
call a room.
do you? You have the leadership feat.
Oh, I'll give you an inspired speech. Right. If I look over that. What the hell is that?
Oh,
Directly
yeah.
towards
This is this is someone we picked up. We we don't really know what his deal is, but we're taking him with us. He's a bit of a I'll lead in. He's a bit of a religious nut.
I mean, we've picked up some strange people before, but none that look like that.
Now.
I just give him a side eye.
Like, person,
Good.
you're fine. We saved you. You owe us.
I know, and he never let me forget it.
Good day there, Hatchling. I see these lot are having been a bit rambunctious with you. They should really know better, being your elder.
You're using a lot of big words for first thing in the morning. Just like desperately trying to shake the grogginess from sleeping for so long. His first sort of thought he
You missed
puts
one
his hand.
hell of a bottle, my friend.
I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. Instinctively, I'll put my hand in my pack just to make sure I've still got the box of the deck in it.
You go and check, and it is indeed there.
What are you checking on? Making sure it's still there.
Of course, you never know what would happen. Not that I have any doubts about you, but we have a stranger in our midst.
Look at
I'm
make him
going to keep you
oracle.
short, what we heard. So what's your deal, Mr. Whatever your name was?
His name's Brother Keck.
My. For such a short one, you do have some lack of manners about you.
So is your first name Brother, or are you just Keck?
Just Keck, but Brother Keck is fine.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I just sort of turn around and have a drink.
What is he drinking?
What am I drinking? I've got some sort of alcohol in my bag. I've been carrying for a while. Some of my notes.
I don't think Car would be too happy with you drinking that, young one.
I'm old enough, thank you very much.
And how old might that be? 4? 7? Maybe 12?
Because drink it early.
I can just tell I'm going to get on with you.
Hezekiah's driving the cart and he's hearing all this, kind of freaked out, but like not going to get involved right at the moment.
I'm glad you think we'll be the best of friends. But maybe we should find someone to look after you in the next town. It's dangerous for small children out here.
Can I? You've travelled quite a lot, haven't you, Brother Cake?
No?
What do you mean, no? You've travelled quite a bit. You've gone further than us.
You're not exactly from around here, are you?
No, I come from Saramo, and I took one of the ships on my pilgrimage to start. Get my brain together on the map. Start from.
Oscar.
No. Thank you. Start from Greyhaven. Spreading the word of Kara, and I'm hoping to make it back to my homelands towards the end.
But Brother Keck, how did you make it to Greyhaven from your homeland?
A trading vessel.
Did you sail all the way there, or because when you say you haven't traveled a lot, it seems across the continent. So we imagined that you had walked all across our land.
Oh no! I paid a small fee to a captain. He took me on board. It wasn't the nicest experience. Oh, my shell was pale for days.
Did you say that you arrived in Greyhaven, or you're on your way to Greyhaven?
I arrived on the ship in Greyhaven, and
So you've been to Greyhaven and you've never seen someone that looks like Jasper?
Yes, I've seen many. It looks like Jasper. Many children.
Yes, I imagine I understand the problem. You assumed that all men of his race, the halflings, were children. You probably thought that Greyhaven had quite a lot of children compared to the average population.
Were they not?
No, you see, much like other diminutive races such as gnomes and dwarves, the halflings only seem small. They are actually grown men, just as all of us.
Oh, I see. Many apologies. I don't think I've called your name yet.
I'll turn around up at Jasper and stop calling me small.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jasper. I hope you find it in your being to forgive me as Car does every one of those who walk among him.
Time will tell.
I'm just
I'll
gonna give
start.
Jasper a little look, just be like, yeah, I told you.
There's still many things I need to learn in this new world.
Can I ask you a question?
How long?
So,
What?
but yeah, we'll form a line. So, when you saw many of Jasper's kind, did you think children were just, working, doing adult jobs?
I do not judge. I spread the words of Car. That was their way. I was trying to inform them on the way that it's probably not in their best interest to use such vertically challenged people.
Playing
Right.
for half a second and just sort of turn around and shoot him over the head before carrying on.
I'm sorry. What would you prefer I say?
Do not mention my height. Just Jasper will do. That's all you've got to call me. People like Jasper. It's fine.
Okay. Well, the people like Jasper. I thought it'd be better to have people such as, like Romok, was it?
That's me.
Could probably do a bit more of the work and a bit easier, and the people like Jasper, who at the time, I thought that they could obviously enjoy the start of their life rather than be stuck working. I've made such a fool of myself.
Brother Keck, I understand it must be very difficult coming to a distant land with so many different customs. But as proselytism is your profession, you must adapt a more amenable approach towards people. For example, some of us do not enjoy having our height mentioned. Some of us do not enjoy being disturbed from behind. Some of us do not enjoy being woken in our sleep. Now, all of those happen to be Jasper, but there are many ways in which one can learn how to get along better with others, reduce friction.
I will definitely take that on board, and I will be including it in my prayers to Car to hopefully overlook this mistake. And I only hope that Jasper will forgive me in time.
I'm just going to keep playing my music.
So, Brother Keck, you said that you arrived in Greyhaven. How long were you there?
Oh, only a few days. As I mentioned, I'm trying to return back to my homelands while also visiting as many places as I can to spread the teachings of Car, to help out with the people's needs and any assistance I can give. It was only a few days at a time. I've been hearing words of goings on. Each town I reached, there was words of something else going on at the next town on. So I found it in.
Tell me, what sort of things were you hearing going on?
Oh, just things such as the local clergyman of the next town was ill and needed some aid, or people needed some food.
Okay, yeah. Normal stuff then.
I think so.
I'd be curious to hear of any news from our homeland, because we are from Greyhaven. We have not been back in some time, but any hubbub that you have heard, it would delight us very much to hear.
I have an idea.
Would I've had any news based on that I'd be interested in?
The-
I think.
The most obvious one that you wouldn't have witnessed, but you would have heard of, was airship. An airship being introduced to the area. First creation this land has ever seen. Flying ship. You only heard hearsay.
I
Hopefully didn't pass through Cerebritaro.
don't think I did. I did go through Sabotaro. That makes no sense. But yeah, I heard tales of some flying contraptions, but I don't really want to go and get my feet off the ground or go anywhere near those sort of things.
Are
You mean
you?
the airships?
Airships, that might be what they were calling them.
I'll turn to the but do you think our lifetime pass is still active?
Oh yeah,
I think
100%.
a few things may have changed since our departure from that region, Jasper.
Well, it's a corporation, you know. They're not going to deny custom.
We did help complete it after all.
That is true. We can but help.
Mr. Keck, you're well, you know, you normally see turtles in the water. Are you an aquatic creature? Are you fond of, you know, the sea?
The sea is our mother. I do enjoy the feeling against my shell, but being on those boats and ships, I did not enjoy the sea in that situation.
This lot, they're a bit scared of the old great blue abyss. So,
Kind of see Romok just sort of tremor a little bit at the thought of wide open water. It's certainly not my comfort zone. I'd certainly choose the air over the water any day.
Well, I guess it's a less painful death.
Yes, unfortunately, it seemed that our only available aerial journey was directly over Greyhaven Lake, which was uncomfortable for you.
Certainly. So, Brother Keck, what turned you towards Dragonsbane, as opposed to, say, Telor, or something more on the way back to your homeland?
Well, the pilgrimage I managed to spread the word of Car to as many places as possible, so heading straight back home would have not fulfilled my pilgrimage.
Of course.
I was travelling to Dragonsbane, working my way preferably towards the Whisper Caps, but I was sold that orb and told it would take me where I needed to go, and I've just been following it ever since.
Who sold you this orb? They certainly sound like a dubious character. I've certainly never heard of any such orb that simply leads one sight unseen.
It's a compass.
Okay, is the orb literally a compass? Like, has he shown us
Yeah.
the orb yet?
Well, I looked at it. It just points north.
Yeah, it sounds like a compass, right? But is it, you know? Okay.
What? When you examined it, it wasn't actually identified as a compass. It wasn't identified as an orb of direction either. It was just merely identified as a glass orb with milky water inside it and some little of paper.
So it happened to point north.
Essentially a snow globe.
Could you tell us, Brother Keck, about this individual who sold you this compass? Oh, sorry, this orb.
Oh yes, he was a tall gentleman. He liked to call me sir a lot. A lot of black. He liked to stick near to the buildings, and I bumped into him in one of the taverns. He asked me to follow him outside. I obliged, and he said he's got the deal of a century for me.
Well,
Any familiarity with the races of our land? How would you describe this individual?
Not of a similar height of Jasper. More to a height of probably yourself, Hezekiah?
So, would this individual have... not to presume, but surely your people are familiar with elves. We are among the older and more prevalent races in the world. We have pointy ears, for instance. A bit of a slender build.
I didn't really see his ears. I didn't think it was important at the time. He always kept his cloak quite tight to himself.
But you would say that this individual is not of a complexion and stature such as Romak here. More of a... not of a furry disposition as a Twin Edge.
And his skin, his complexion, as Hezekiah puts it, what color was it?
More like Hezekiah. Not really as green or as grey as mine, or definitely not furry.
Well, I suppose that rules out one of our old acquaintances from Greyhaven.
Yes.
Oh, this wasn't in Greyhaven. This was in Dragonsbane.
Ah, yes, this individual is known to pop around and has a certain disreputable reputation as a merchant who is involved in many misdeeds. So, at least good to hear you were not harassed by this individual.
Oh my god.
Did he say what his name was?
No.
You can roll to see if you can remember anything if you'd like. Roll. Let me see. What would it be? What things up? Just roll d20. You can't remember any names.
right, well, the way I see it, you've been had, but you're not getting your money back, so just forget about it, really.
Though, Brother Keck, what made you believe that this individual who is seemingly not associated with Ka in any manner, what made you believe that he had an item which would aid you in your pilgrimage? Because were there any instructions given to you on the nature of your pilgrimage beyond going from Saramag to Greyhaven?
The pilgrimage is for spreading the word of Ka to as many places as we can. The gentleman was courteous, spoke spoke well to me, and he said it was a wonderful item that would truly help me along my way, and I believed him.
Imagine you must have sensed some of Ka's blessings upon him, perhaps. Does it come to your notice that in lands where people seem to not have even heard of Ka, that you notice that any individuals have a disposition towards Ka in any manner? Like, does Ka reveal anything to you of that sort?
At times he will reveal things to me. I'm obviously not the first to do his pilgrimage. There have been many before me who have travelled these places and spread the word of Ka before. It could be that a previous brother had this item and he acquired it through other means, or had been left it to hand on to a fellow brother as they came through.
I'm just gonna say, you know, we all make mistakes. You know, don't be too hard on yourself, Keck. Did you buy this item? Do you use money?
Oh yes. I use money. It cost me. I rather not say what it cost me at this point.
Oh, no. Do share.
Okay, it cost me about 50 gold pieces.
I don't. That's all right. You know. It brought you to us, so money well spent, eh?
And I praise Ka that you all found me when you did. It was mighty cold up there, and I thought my shell was gonna rattle loose.
Yes, truly, that was an extremely dire situation. Why? In this instance, it is very literally true that if Ka's blessings were not with you, you would surely have died. And even with Ka's blessings, you might not have survived too much longer. So it's very fortuitous for us to have found you. But perhaps this fortuitousness is an indication coming from Ka or some other spirits of the land, and perhaps this is a sign that we should enjoin our goodwill towards each other, and perhaps while we might assist you with your pilgrimage, as it seems to be going in the same direction, perhaps you might be able to assist us with some of the tasks we have to attend to as we proceed to Herdogus and further.
Yeah, we are in a hurry, aren't we?
Yes, indeed.
Well,
and
It cost us quite a bit of time.
Well, as I mentioned, my pilgrimage is to aid those in need, and if you feel you're in need of my aid, I will be happy to travel with you.
yeah,
We'll
as
see.
you are well aware, these are dangerous lands, and simply having another hand, a pair of hands, is
Excuse me, we're not just letting random people into our group. This guy could be a spy for all we know, planted here.
Now,
As much as I want to be trusting, I must say, I'm glad that somebody has put a voice to this. We don't know who this is.
We got.
And
He's
while
got
I
past the
want to
line
be
check.
trusting, and I'm sure your intentions are pure, Brother Keck, I can't be certain.
You guys remember what
We've had-
Banner said about his old companion? We've already had people after us for a reason. You say this isn't one of them, sent by that Albrecht.
Oh, no.
we'll take you to where you need to go, and we'll see.
Honestly, you guys, that was far ruder than it needed to be. I understand that we might be in a position where we are vulnerable right now, and we might not necessarily want to be as open as one could be, but surely that could have been less offensively stated. We found this gentleman hanging upside down from a tree. He has been nothing but forthrightly grateful to us, and is showing nothing but extremely sincere devotion
Uh,
to God.
hang on, hang on,
Hezekiah,
hang on.
ever the voice of reason. You are of course right. And
No, he's not.
I let my emotions get away with me. Oh look, we
We're
can't
not.
distrust everybody.
Here's the thing, right? None of us have heard of this car, right? Who's to say he's not made the whole thing up?
But
Is
Look,
it a
as-
situation where you imagine yourself to have made up a god, hung yourself upside down from a tree in a climate entirely unsuitable for you, on the off chance that your cries are heard hundreds of feet away on a road in a land which is swarming with fire ice monsters?
How
Is
come
this
you
the
apply
kind of
logic
lad
to
you are-
this thing, but you don't when the person who knows a terrible person tells you not to go and rob their house and you do it anyway? It's crazy.
Oh, we are going to be arguing about this until we are in our 5th century, Lachlan. Let us not waste time on it now.
I'm not against, Mr. Keck here, tagging along. He's, he's alright, but we give him a couple of days. Jasper might
Doesn't
kill
mean
him.
we have.
I thank you, Hezekiah, for your words of welcome. But I obviously understand Lachlan's stance on this, but a tree does not call another tree its friend in a day, but in time, their roots entwine beneath the soil. And I hope that in time, you will see I can be trusted, and I hope to be of aid to you.
Well, of course, Hezekiah likes him. Have a tree hugger.
I'm not entirely sure I understand. You think what he was doing was hugging a tree?
No, that's not what I meant.
I was very much stuck in that tree. I did not hug it.
No, I know. It's a phrase. Maybe not where you're from.
It's not something I'm familiar with.
No.
Well, it very much is a phrase where we are from, Lachlan. There's a similar phrase we have for your race, as much as your race calls our race tree huggers. But I would not mention the term we have in polite company.
It wasn't a race thing, to be honest.
Oh, of course, now it's not a race. Anyway, let us move away from these extremely confrontational topics. Surely we must be making some good time. How's it going, Cherokoo's?
So you've
Hezekiah,
been
you're the one supposed to be driving. You tell us how it's going.
I asked the Cherokoo's how's it going, just to pep them up a little bit. I also look forward and try to assess how it's going.
So you have been spending a bit of time now having a conversation. We're another few hours into the journey. There's probably another couple hours left before you would arrive at Herdogus. The sky is
so
looking very favourable for you still. There's no snow falling anymore. It's a little bit of wind, but apart from that, clear sailing.
Good. Only a couple hours left. Let's see what other ethno-religious topics we can discuss in the meantime.
So what brings you all together on this journey? What Hezekiah says about some tasks you are involved in. What might these be?
Oh, we're hunting people down.
Hunting?
Bad people, just to be clear. We are, as previously mentioned on the child kidnapper entrapment scheme, we are not the ones entrapping the children. We are the ones entrapping the people, kidnapping the children. Likewise here, the people we are hunting are broadly criminals of a particularly devious tendency.
Yes, but if you ask certain people where we're from, back in Greyhaven, we are the criminals that need hunting. It's all a matter of perspective.
So,
Thank you, Jasper, for clarifying that point, which we are all desperately trying to forget.
So from your perspectives, you're the ones doing right, but from Greyhaven's, you're the criminals.
That
Exactly.
pretty
If
much
you
summarizes
need
it.
to travel with us,
Yes.
You need to know all the details, all the gory details. Let you judge for yourself what you think.
I'm listening.
Virtue and the law often converge, but sadly there are times where one must decide whether they will pursue virtue or the law. We came to a difficult decision in our time, and we
We were forced out.
upon which we decided to pursue virtue, to rid the world of the criminals we had been opposing in Greyhaven, in the course of which we must admit we have committed wrongs, and those wrongs are what led the authorities to us. And yet, we have committed so many rights. Those rights, upon leaving Greyhaven, we have expounded tenfold. We have brought salvation to one whole city, at least. I'm currently forgetting. The one with the vampires and all that. What is that city called?
The Hatters.
The town was called Darkwood.
Darkwood, yes. The city of Darkwood certainly can attest to our virtues. And what have we been seeking in this time? Our own wealth? No, we have been seeking the liberation of hopeless and innocent individuals from vicious and cruel oppressors, be they slaughterers such as vampires or other nefarious agents.
Yes, but Hezekiah, in doing all this, we still took away innocent lives. We still that. And if you think that we're excused from that because of what we've done since, then you are very mistaken. I'm not attempting to forget about all that.
That is very wise of you, Jasper. All this time I have very much been seeking, not to forget, but to always look towards what I can do, more so than what I have done. But it's right that we have all done something rather bad. You said, if I think this excuses me, but whose excuse do I need? When you have to choose between virtue and the law will not forgive us, that is to be sure. But does this mean we can no longer do right? I think not. We can still do right. And if right is what we must do, and if right is against the law, then we have no need to seek recompense with the law, only to do what is right.
I think it's safe to say we are not a perfect band of adventurers. We have had plenty of conflicts. We faced many conflicts and troubles, difficulties, slaying monsters, making choices some would say were the wrong choices. However, despite this, or because of this, we share a deep commitment to protecting the innocent and fighting for them as we travel through this world. We faced bandits, brigands, creatures, but we've strived all the time to stand against what is wrong and fight for what is right. And sometimes that isn't the clearest distinction to make. But we quest nonetheless to do what we feel is right. And if you share that same virtue, that same value, then at least for now, you are welcome to join us.
Not all walls keep danger out. Some only trap the good within. I see what's happened and understand. You were trapped within the laws and had to step out to follow a truth, and I cannot judge you for following that truth. It sounds as though what you're doing is of the heart, and I'll join you for now and see for myself just where this truth is. If what you say is the truth.
Just remember, your truth leads you home. Ours won't take us there.
My truth leads me where I'm needed, Jasper. The eventuality is that it will lead me home, but until I am no longer needed, I am no longer home.
As I look into the horizon, are we getting any closer?
So, as your conversations continue, the hours pass as Chocobos pull the cart along the snow. Great plains of ice and snow passing by, broken up by the occasional tree or jagged rock, till finally the path rolls around the top of the snowy mountain. Many taller mountains surrounding you still. And you crest the peak, find yourselves there, looking down into a slight valley set between the peaks. The first thing you notice is a great stone wall built in a large circle, sitting atop the wall, spread of 9 towers. The path which you're on leads down towards the wall and through a large gateway. It looks to be open. You can see in the center, as you're looking down into the wall, you can see in the center is a large sort of rock face, which seems to be glittering in the sun. You get a little bit closer, and as you focus a little bit more on it, take it in, you realize it's not glittering from snow or ice, but gold. You trundle down the pathway, and you head straight in through the gateway in the wall.
Is it like a
As you
natural
approach
forming gold, or
this, as you get closer now, you can see it is not natural form gold. It is crafted gold. This is molded. This is built. Essentially, this is large bricks of gold which have been built up into this very large, great doorway in the side of this. You see, as you're passing through the wall, you could see figures were manned atop the wall. It looked like they were moving around in patrols along the edges. You could see in the towers figures moving behind those. But no one stops you entering. As you get in close, you see there are two other entrances through the walls, paths leading down to this central point. You're now close enough you can see it is in fact definitely these solid gold bricks. And you can see now that you're this close that these bricks have been decorated. They are carved, they are crafted, and you can see great runes and decorations worked into them. And just above the entrance itself, it looks like there is a large bit of dwarven script placed above it.
What does it say?
As you are the only one who can read Dwarvish, what it reads to you is beyond the great city Herdogas, home to the mountain dwarves and ruled by Lord of the Mountain, no thief shall ever leave here.
Right. Don't steal anything.
And this entranceway is quite large. It's large enough for you to get your cart in easily, and then some.
Well, we've made it, guys.
Do people seem surprised by the Cherokees and all that? I imagine they don't get a lot of Cherokees in this part.
As you came through the walled entrance, no one seemed to stop you. No one has approached you or called to you in any way, and there's no one in this particular entrance as you get here now as well.
Mark, you remember that period where you were really good at taking notes and I wasn't? What was the name of the person we told who was in Herdogas that the South Tower had been destroyed and attacked and everyone killed before we got
I've
there?
got this.
You got it, Buck?
Well, there was the Lord of the Mountain is Grint Horbar, I believe.
Commander Cloyburn was the other one.
Oh, I've got Lord Gorshin.
It is. Yeah, Gorshin's definitely on there.
That was, and then, yeah. Dordan Tower. Yeah.
Grint Horbar, he is the Lord of the Mountain.
Yep.
Lord Gorshin is the commander of the guard and the master of security in Herdogas. He's the one we attempted to contact to warn about criminals, but the message cut out.
Because he died.
Or we ran out, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I heard the basics
ran out.
about.
Wasn't it when he was responding? He kept running out of words.
Yeah. Happens quite a lot.
I've got.
The guy who wasn't Gorshin again? The guy who's the head of Herdogas?
Grint. No, Lord
Horbar.
Gorshin is the commander of the guard. Grint Horbar is the Lord of the Mountain. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I got.
I'm just
And then I've
glad I
just
wrote
got
one of those
the
things.
breakers written down as well.
Who were the breakers?
I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I've got here. The breakers are a group of thieves who are connected to the massacre of the guards at the South Grey Watch Tower, suggesting that they are violent and dangerous. Oh no, that's something different. Yeah, it's That's right. I have here that the breakers are probably the same individuals who attacked the Tower of Lost Archives. Or rather, those two figures were part of the breakers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They were also responsible for the massacre of the Berry Bandits.
Rip Trevor. I forgot.
R.I.P. Driver. Never forget.
Yep.
Who's the goat?
Even berry bandits don't deserve a fate that bad.
Right, what should we do now we're here? Obviously, maybe find somewhere to rest. What else do we need to do? I've kind of forgotten.
We
The whole
need to find a home
tower.
for the night. We need to
We
get
need
a
shelter.
feel of breaker activity, because we felt as if they left a path of devastation in our wake. However, by the time we got as far north as the Sordan Tower, that's the one with the chronergy wizard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We had not noticed them then. We have to wonder, have they had any activity right around?
Well, I spied on them and they're on the bridge, right?
But where was the like? Is it this
Past the town.
Argon Bridge?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, we need to seek out Grint. Is we? Sorry, might be mistaken.
I
Did
feel
we
like
confirm that Gorshin was still alive? The message cut out, didn't it? Did that indicate that he had
he's fine.
died, or he was?
No,
busy?
no. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, I thought I had a note here. Sorry, I got mixed up. Thought he indicated that he was alive, but the message stopped.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get counsel with either of them, to be honest. I mean, we can try, but I'm not. I feel like it's almost like going to see the king, but
Indeed.
Small.
We cannot aim that high.
Perhaps Perhaps we need some local knowledge first. A tavern or an inn.
Exactly. And we need to see if there's any connection between the Breakers and the Council of the Dark Passenger, which Xanet was a part of, and if there's any way to connect all the threads we have at the moment. So yes, we very much will have to ingratiate ourselves to the locals and try to find out more about recent occurrences.
A fire would be nice too.
Of course, surely
Yeah.
we will stay at an inn which has nice warm accommodations. Who knows? Heated floors might be in our budget. We'll have to find out. I don't know much about this thing.
As long as there's warmth to heat my shell, I'll be happy.
I'm sure we'll find something.
Well, and Roman's going to hop down from the cart and look for. Are there any kind of notice boards, or any street signs, or anything indicating this way to the market district, or this way to accommodation, or anything like that, Woody?
So what you can see right now is just an entranceway into the rock face. There's no other buildings to be seen anywhere other than the towers around you.
I thought we already kind of went through the gate. Okay, so
Yeah.
You've gone through the gate of the surrounding walls, and you've found yourself at this central point, which seems to have an entranceway leading in into the wall, into the rock face wall.
Okay, let us attempt to proceed through there. In most towns, right, there is a bit of a merchant quarters or something for travelers, like inns and all that, relatively near the gates, because that's where travelers first come in and where people try to settle them up.
So you make your way into the gate, in through the entranceway, and you find quite soon that you are standing in front of a very large, sort of heavy-looking wooden double doors, which appear to be barred shut. To the left of that, there's a wide set of carved stone steps which are leading down. It's not dark as well. Once you get in here, you find that there are little crystals which are just popping out of the sides of the wall through the ceilings, and yeah, it's basically it's giving you a glow. How would you like to proceed, guys? You will not be able to get the cart down the stairs.
Oh, right. Okay, that's a good point. Okay, so is there any kind of station, like a stable or the kind of place where people who have ridden tired horses would have them changed out or anything like that around here?
Give me a perception check. This is just a sort of large open area, really. You can't see stables, you can't see anything like that, but you do see what looks like cart marks and a few imprints sort of lead towards the double door.
Are the double doors down the stairs?
Double doors to the side of it, but they are barred shut.
I see. Are there any other travelers on the road? Any guards or anything like that in front of the doors, in front of the stairs? Anything
The area where you're in, you've just stepped inside of the side of this cave, essentially, this cave entrance. There is no one else here. It is empty at this point.
Okay, I suggest. This is definitely a different layout than most towns I've encountered. We ought to ask someone. Lachlan, might you and I walk backwards a little bit and ask the? There were guards at like the walls, right?
Are there any?
Yes, you did see there were figures walking top the walls and in the towers.
But not like foot level.
No, they are up high. So that the walls themselves were about sort of 80 foot high.
Lachlan, what say you and I mediate our approaches and
I might just investigate, and then we'll go ask. Is there any runes or anything around, Woody? Like on this back wall or anything?
You give me a perception check.
Oh my god. Rolling? Nope.
Looking around, you don't spot.
Alright, let's go ask. I don't see any buttons or things to press, so lead on.
while Lachlan and I are kind of walking away from the cart, which is, I assume, got everyone else in it, I ask him, so Lachlan, I was wondering if you happen to know anything about the disposition of the dwarves of this land versus those of Greyhaven, because I'm from a very cosmopolitan land, but these people seem a little bit more insular. I was wondering what you think their reaction might be to such a group, diverse group.
I mean,
You can roll. You can roll a history check if you.
all right, we'll see what information I can get before I make a stupid comment.
Okay. You, although you've never been here, being a dwarf, you have definitely heard of the dwarves of Hodogath. They are incredibly wealthy. They have riches beyond your imagination. They are very protective, very secretive, very, very skilled. They're incredibly skilled. And they have, through their influence of their wealth and their army, been able to essentially separate themselves from being ruled by King Tarnfell and rule under the Lord of the Mountain himself.
Oh. I take it they'll be kind of closed off then. Well,
So sorry, quick question above table. Can I take from that Herdogas is what, independent to the Lord of the Mountain, or just the dwarves have their own kind of faction here?
The city of
Or have I
Herdogas,
misinterpreted?
the city of Herdogas is ruled by Lord of the Mountain. It is his
Okay.
city. And all the dwarves in there are under his control essentially, and he has been able to steer clear of being ruled by the king.
Oh, I see. Sorry, that's my mistake. So the
Independent
Lord of
to the
the Lord
Right.
of the Mountain is independent to the Regency. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Essentially,
Sorry, go ahead.
go on.
Oh, okay. So like the very first line I wrote in my notes is King Aaron Tarnafal rules in the island of Sora, right? But Sora's obviously these guys are on the island of Sora, but like, is there a name of the kingdom or empire or whatever which is not the name of the island? Or
Yeah,
continent?
so the world is essentially Sora. The island you're on, if I'll throw back to it.
So the fifth word of my notes was wrong right off the bat. On the island of Sora, King Aaron Tarnafal rules, and Greyhaven is a distant province overseen by the shards.
We have
First line of my
Middlewich.
notes.
This entire island is Middlewich. You've got over here Excabard, Dorsavan, the Gulim Archipelago, and Kaima.
don't
And
forget this
Koju.
off. Yeah.
But yeah, your island is Middlewich. And the entirety of this map is
Sora, So in Middlewich, right? Like all of Middlewich except for the Whisper Caps, is there a name for the kingdom that Aaron Tarnafal rules, or would Aaron draw his maps where all of the island is colored in his country's color?
it is just Middlewich. He has got his city, which is Tarnfell, but the island itself is just Middlewich, and that's how it is. It doesn't go anywhere beyond that.
And it's kind of like disputed territory. It sounds like, right? Like how the dwarves established an independence here is like probably the Middle Witchians, the rest of them would not necessarily consider the dwarves independent, like like color in the maps with their colors still, or
Due to the fact that they are so wealthy, they have paid off and intimidated their way into that position. It's also a very difficult place to get an army to dispute it with them, being in the very center of a mountain range. But that is how the situation is for those guys. The entirety of the rest of the map is essentially under King Tarful's control.
Right.
The other
So I
islands
guess
are the other islands are not. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess after Lachlan explained all of that to me, my next thing is, Lachlan, would you say overall that you would be our best face in negotiating with the people of the Whisper Caps, especially of Herdobus?
Nah, send Brother Kick in probably.
That could not possibly be a good idea. Look,
It was a
very
joke,
nice.
my friend.
Had a bad time, but he clearly needs to learn a little bit of gumption and intuition.
Yeah.
He has a bad view of people.
To
I understand what you're coming from in that.
it was a joke.
But for the moment, do you think it's best if you lead this conversation?
Do they not have jokes in your forest?
Oh, sorry, that was just a very tiring ride, okay? We're finally here, let's just try to make this work.
Yeah, dwarves are stubborn. But they're not stupid, you know. If you have things to offer, they'll hear you out cautiously. We just need to find a way in.
Because we are from the country that surrounds them almost in every direction. I just wonder if...
Well, anyone from anywhere is going to be from somewhere that's not here, right? So...
Yes. Alright, so are you suggesting I take the lead of the conversation?
No. I'll do it. I'm just...
Okay.
You're overthinking it.
Would have sufficed a while back. Okay, go for it. I have faith in you.
I will walk out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll call up to the first patrol or guard that I see.
So the wall is actually a fair distance away from the cliff face, so you'll walk for a little while.
Yeah.
And you call up, and what are you trying to say to them?
Hello.
You watch as a couple of dwarves come to a stop at the top. You can see just the tip of their helmets, and you can see their pikes suddenly come to a stop as well, and they sort of turn in your direction. And one of them sort of leans out. Oh?
We would like to enter this place.
Well, go on, then.
Mention the Jericho and the cart and the stairs.
How does one enter?
And you look and you see that they sort of stop and look like they're saying something to each other. And they turn back. You go through the fucking door!
Alright, that's gonna be helpful.
Down the stairs!
Yeah,
what we do with the carts.
We got that. We're kind of in a hurry. Urgent.
Run then!
Very helpful.
Excuse me, kind sirs.
I'll just walk in.
We came in on a cart, and I was wondering if there are any places where we could have our cart and our Cherokee rest, because it seems they cannot go down the stairs, which we would very much like to walk down ourselves, but we fear for our cart.
The cart will be fine. Go down and they'll sort out from there.
post that we ought to tie the cart to, or
If you could find something, sure.
is it common to leave carts unattended in an open plain in this city?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, gentlemen. We shall now proceed ourselves.
And before you finish talking, they've turned and they've gone back.
Pleasant, weren't they?
Perhaps these people truly live by their statement that no thieves will leave this city. Perhaps this actually is a place where one can leave their goods unattended and it will be fine. That seems not immediately what I want to have faith in, but could such a land exist? I say as we walk back to the rest of the guys in the cart and update them on what we should do about the cart, which is just leave it here. First of all, looking around, any other carts
we send the cart full send down the stairs.
That would just make it tip over.
We'll repair it at the bottom. We gotta go out the other side, haven't we? So
yes.
or why don't we conjure something like a plank and make it slide down, or we take the wheels off.
How big is that disc you can summon?
Not very big.
Not big enough for the cart, I see. Could you make it bigger?
No. Why are we getting beaten by stairs? Let's just go.
We're not getting beaten by the stairs. The question is, do we leave our cart here or destroy it taking it down the stairs? You know, Lachlan, there are some wizards who are able to reduce the size of objects. Are you skilled in this by any chance?
Sure. No, I'll do it to Jasper right now, and I'll put my hand on his shoulder and cast invisibility on Jasper. Look, I shrunk him.
As you can see, Brother Tech, we are a highly functional group of professionals. Nothing gets in our way.
Newly invisible Jasper wanders off and goes to investigate the city a little bit.
Actually, I just thought of something. Jasper, where are you? Are you able to reduce the size of things?
Try not to step on him.
Jasper's already gone.
Perhaps several of you ought to go inside and try to gain us provisions. Maybe if Romok and I stuck around out here and tried to come up with a way to get the cart inside. Maybe this would take some kind of.
They did say to leave it, but we could do with. What is it? Surely they have a way to transport down, but the man on the wall didn't seem particularly helpful. Perhaps we are better to leave the cart here, go into the town, and ask how we retrieve our supplies later.
Or maybe we need to go through the door on the stairs, and then they will send someone to come back through those big doors over there, bring our cart in once they've kind of checked us in.
Yeah, let's do that.
We've been told to leave the cart. The message above the door seemed quite clear that thieves will not leave, which would suggest that there is a deterrent enough to ward off sticky fingers.
Well, I mean, no one's coming behind us anytime soon, right?
Let's all descend, and let's all make our way inside.
Yeah, we'll have to find Jasper on the floor though quickly, and I'll just pretend to look down on the ground.
Okay, pinch my earring, right? Okay, so the people who have the earrings right now is everyone except for Keck and
Lock and
Lachlan?
Keck.
Does Twinetch have one?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it's Romok,
Yeah,
Jasper,
who was
and I, one of whom is invisible and disappeared. Alright. Here is the best idea I can come up with. How about one of us, maybe me, stays in the cart, and the rest of the people who are not invisible go to find us some provisions.
Invisible?
Romok in touch with it.
You don't know he's invisible.
I also doubt that you have the ability to reduce him to such a size which is microscopic, so, you know. So, what do you think of that, Romok?
By all means. I am getting hungry, so would like to find some supplies inside.
I'll just hop back on the driver's seat of the cart, move it off the road, and just keep an eye out. Look at whoever's coming through and all that. Look out for any guards who are coming towards me angry, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All you guys.
Give me a perception. Give me a perception check.
18.
Yeah. Off the bat, there's no one around. You can see in the distance on the walls the guards still normal. There's them to approach you. You're in the clear. For you. And the rest of you start to make your way down the stairs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jasper is invisible still, and anything else is happening. Sorry, what? Anyone doing anything as we go down?
No, I'll just keep a lookout for any signage, dwarvish or
So as
English.
you're going down, you immediately, as you start to go down, you see what appears to be. It starts as stone steps, but then it starts to change and turn into gold steps leading down. The walls and the ceilings are also ribboned with glowing crystal. And you can see carved into the wall runes and designs and patterns all the way down. Other than that, you don't spot anything else. So you follow the steps down for about 60 foot. You start to see a light coming in from below you, further below. And a few more steps, and Jasper suddenly comes into view once more. Invisibility.
Oh no, they've got an anti-magic thing.
It's a new one.
You step out, and you find yourself the stairs roll downwards before opening up into this wider cavern. Pink purple light is filling space. Stepping down from the final step, you see to the side of the stairs another heavy wooden door, similar to the one which you saw above. And to the left, you spot quite curiously in rather unexpected sight, a short stone building with garlands of rope strung around the front, curling around the roof and support pillars, little coloured knots of rope hanging down. You notice that there's a wooden fence that extends out from this building and to the end of the cavern. And on the other side of that fence is just lush, which is just filling. So you've got stone everywhere, and then suddenly there's a very green, vibrant place just to the left. Bringing your focus back to the centre of the room, right across the way, you see a large golden archway which rises up against the stone, some 20 foot high. And all around in the cavernous room, you can see crystals sprouting out in all different sizes. Most prominent being incredibly large, at least sort of 9 foot tall. And each one is emanating this sort of constant glow that is lighting the area around it. And standing between you and the archway, you see at least 30 dwarven guards And towering above them, two gigantic crystal golems, and all eyes have now turned in your direction. Two golems rotating their upper bodies to face you, their featureless faces just seemingly focusing on you. And just to your left, from that building, door opens and a dwarf pops his head up and just starts to rush over to you in a short, quick step. And he comes to stop. Traders?
Hello.
Travellers.
Travelers. You have mounts? Carts?
I just
Yes, we have a cart and two farming beasts.
Right, I'll go get them. And he moves to the door, the big wooden door.
Before you go,
Undoes it. He stops. Yep.
why is there a big welcome party down there just staring at us?
Well, you're in Herdogus. They're here, not for you, for everyone. You saying that because you're guilty of something?
No, just a bit off-putting seeing so many people gathered.
Well,
It's golden.
Jasper, if you
I
remember,
wouldn't worry about them.
we did call ahead and say that there was dangerous people about, right? So
Yes, it's still slightly, shall we say, intimidating.
Some might suspect that to be the point, eh? And he grins to
Yeah,
himself.
by all means. I praise you for your reaction.
He
For the care
turns,
you take.
opens the gate, and he just goes in. And he disappears.
I don't see how you can say this is intimidating, Jasper. I mean, Kara has certainly blessed this place. He's kind of looking around at the crystals and the crazy green stuff in the pasture. So many wonders of Kara just all adorned and all to see. It's beautiful.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say, Towser Boy. I'll walk down and start greeting the. Hello, how are we all?
And you can see that the dwarves are all lined up, and they look to be in formation. And they just look at you. You can't actually see their faces. They actually have a mask which is covering their face. The only thing that you can actually see of them is their eyes. The mask itself is made in the shape of a dwarven face. And you can see that the eyes are looking at you, but they don't respond to you.
Right, hi guys. We spoke to someone on our way here. My friend warned you of some people heading your way.
And these guards, by the way, they're not blocking your way. They are sort of positioned essentially slightly to the side. There is a passageway between them, but they don't seem to be saying anything to you at the moment. Up above, Hezekiah, you hear the great door open, and the dwarf pops out, and he spots you, and he walks forward, and he's got some rope around his waist, some sort of bit of equipment, and he sort of loops it over the head of the Chirico, and he starts to bring them through. He says, "All right, follow me, come on, we'll take them down."
Yeah. When I see him coming towards me, I kind of hop off and give him a bow on the hopes that this will go easier than the previous conversation. Thank you so much for showing up. I just couldn't leave them alone. Why, these cuties, I mean, they're just not built for this land. I mean, they're frightened by even wolves, you know? Might I follow you to see where they are to be kept?
You'll be absolutely fine. Just follow the stairs down, I'll see you at the bottom.
Thank you very much, sir.
I take it this is your first time here, going by what your
Very much.
patriots have been like down there.
Well, I'll see you two later. Hezekiah blows a kiss to the two Cherokee and goes down the stairs.
You follow your way down, and Hezekiah will join you very briefly. And just after that, you'll turn with your and start leading them off to the pastures on the left-hand side. As he comes down, he stops and says to you, if you just go give your names over here, and he points them just beyond the line of dwarves. There is a small, another small building. Looks a lot smaller than this one that the chocobo are being taken to at the moment. And you can see there is actually on the building for the chocobo, and there's a large sort of entranceway which the cart is being ushered through, leading into the pastures itself. And there are other animals in there, you can see as well. But beyond the dwarves, there is a small cabin, and it's a small stone structure, and standing at the edge of it is a slightly more decorated-looking dwarf. He has a helmet off, and he is just holding some papers in his hand. Go have a word with him, give him your names, and you'll be able to go straight through.
Have I caught up with them yet?
Yeah, you will all be together again.
Oh, why the hesitation? Come on, everyone. Oh, why should not our glorious leader go first? And I pat Lachlan on the shoulder.
In we go. Come on.
You start to make your way down between the lines of these dwarves, and you watch as they all sort of keep an eye on you as you go past. The heads slightly turning, but they don't turn their whole bodies to follow you. The crystal golems, however, as you pass them, they do shift their entire bodies. You can hear the sort of clinking, tinkling sort of noise as they turn slowly. A dwarf. They don't seem to give you any response back. The dwarf ahead of you steps forward, and he looks you over. He betrayed us. Traders, travelers.
Travelers. In need of board information as well.
Right. Okay. Well, if I just take your names. Starting with you, and he points to you, Locke.
Names, Lachlan. Who are you?
I am Torque Umber.
How do you spell this?
Tork. And Umber's Umber.
Yeah. And what would you say his position is?
Are you asking him what his position?
No. Just for my notes. That's all.
He looks a little nicer and more dressed up than the other dwarves, so you get the impression he is somewhat higher than the regular infantry.
Woody, did you really have a name ready for a random bureaucrat or soldier or something like that?
Yep. I did. I have a list of names here.
He's been ready. This is a full living world. There's thousands of dwarves here, I bet. When he can name them all.
In this immediate vicinity, there are a number of here.
Name them.
You can go to the next one and you can ask his name.
No, seriously, a government official asks you, "Hey, what's your name? You immigrant coming into our city." You say, "Well, what's your name?" Yeah, I mean, like, the DM just has a name ready for you right there. That's great.
I've got more than a name ready for him. Don't worry.
I'll go next, and I'll give my real name, Hezekiah Omri, as we've abandoned using our Dragon's Bane names for some time now.
Next. Who was that? I didn't hear that. Right, next up he points to Romak. Romak, do I get your name? Are you there, Rob?
You guys.
Sorry, I was muted. I've been talking for ages and I was muted. I'm so sorry. I clicked the switch on my headset.
Sorry.
Yeah, Romok will step forward. My name is Romok, and I'm a fellow companion of these here travellers.
And he goes to you, Jasper.
I'm Jasper, and I know most of these people.
He goes to you, Twin.
My family name is Twin Edge, but everyone just calls me Twin. These guys found me, and I'm helping them out.
He's our pet.
And he moves then to you as well.
Who's he moved to? Sorry.
He's on to you.
Okay, sorry, cut out a bit on mine. I'm Brother Keck. I'm on a pilgrimage to spread the word of Ka. Have you heard of Ka?
And he writes it down. He looks up at you and goes, "No. But I'm sure you can find someone here who may have."
I'm going to lean in quickly and go, just so you know, his first name isn't Brother. And you write that down.
Gotcha. Right. Perfect. Just to confirm, you've got no nefarious intentions. Not carrying any major weapons.
No, we're not.
Well, I mean, Robo's got his big 6-foot greatsword on his back.
He looks at you. What's that then?
Merely for protection.
Magical?
To an extent.
He takes a note.
I'm an ordained knight of Shantae. And there's some hesitance in his voice, but her power flows through me.
Shantae.
The sword is a channel
Yeah, we've
of
had a
that
few.
power.
We've had a few of your knights through here. Your paladins.
That's
I'm familiar.
correct.
Okay. Feel free to go through and just be sensible.
Tell me, when was the last time one of Shantae's knights came through these parts?
Let me think. Been some months at least, I'd say.
Of course. Well, any information you have, or any names, any contacts that may be useful, I'd appreciate it. If you have the time, of course.
I do have the time, but I don't think I want to right now. If you really want that information, you can come back to me later on your way out.
I will. Thank you.
I'll get someone to dig it out. Otherwise, it'll take a bit of time to do that.
That's not a problem. No inconvenience to you, of course.
He turns
I mean,
and he looks at a dwarf. Barrett! And the dwarf nods to him. He passes. Yeah, pass that to Cinder. And just look up that information. And they nod and move off. And he turns back to you. Right. First time heard of this?
Yep, that's right.
Right. Keep your hands to yourselves. Do not take anything. Do not steal anything. Any sight of theft, thievery, and you'll be the one to pay severely. You will not leave these walls.
Is there any
After
unconventional laws about payment or anything we need to know about?
No, all conventional. You ask for something, you pay for it.
With
You don't
gold?
pay for it, you don't get it. With gold, with jewels, of course.
Perfect.
So there are no common accidental mistakes that newcomers and travelers fall into, unaware of the customs of this land. Where it was simply
There are those who say they fall, they have had mistakes, absolutely. And he points above you, and you can see a figure seems to be hanging from the neck. And around their neck they've got a board across it, written in Dwarven. It says thief. They all find their way to the end, but never outside of these walls. And he has a big broad smile on his face. Now, you have yourselves, hands in your pockets, enjoy yourselves. And he steps out of the way, and you can see behind him there is beyond the golden archway, another set of stairs leading down, all golden.
Out of curiosity, where might one do some shopping and peruse your local wares?
And he just gestures to the stairs. Everything you could want will be down there.
Thank you. You've been most informative.
It's what I'm here for.
I can tell.
Enjoy your time in Herdog.
Come, friends. Let us proceed rapidly down the stairs.
Farewell. We will stay out of trouble and we won't be here long, I imagine.
And he just nods to you, and he steps aside, allowing you to pass.
Thank you.
We get away from that area, right? And there's no one else on the staircase that we're necessarily traveling with. Hezekiah says, "You know, there are some stereotypes that the elves and dwarves have said about each other over the years. And growing up as I did in a very sheltered elvish community, I believed them at first, but then I went into the world at large, and I met so many people of so many races, and I realized that all of that, they're just stories, and everyone is an individual. And then you meet people like these, and you realize that stereotypes, they really come from a truth. I mean, this is dwarven hospitality at its best. Let us aim not to end up like that individual strung up there, and try to be as meek as possible to these people who are not looking to be understanding, reasonable, polite, or any other positive attribute. It is on us to not cross the line."
I'm sure we can handle that, Hezekiah. Let's find a shop. Let's see what sort of things they're selling. But they're so eager for people not to steal.
So you make your way through the doors. Oh well, the entrance.
Oh,
As you
new
step
music.
beyond the colossal stone and golden gates, and you can hear far away the cold winds of the Whisper Cap Mountains dying down behind. You're now definitely within the mountain's depths. And there's a different kind of power which is humming. As you step down, the stairs open up, and you find yourselves in a cavern. The cavern is alive with the sounds of a city that never sleeps. Rhythmic clang of hammers on anvils, the murmur of merchants haggling in the markets, the deep growl of dwarven voices echoing stone. Before you, the city stretches downward in a vast funnel-like formation, its many levels descending towards a molten heart. Massive stairways spiral downward, linking immense terraces of Douglas, while sturdy stone bridges crisscross the open spaces like a web of silver. Towering pillars carved with intricate geometric designs and inlaid with veins of gold and luminous crystal, holding the cavern alive. Soft glow of enchanted lanterns making the entire city shimmer like a jewel set in art. You can see at the highest levels fine looking houses carved in to the stone, magnificent buildings, grand stone citadels, their fortresses adorned with gilded metals and shimmering gemstones. And below, the city teems with life, the market terraces bustling with traders peddling fine jewelries and weapons, all sorts of things you could imagine. You get the smell coming up to you as well. The smells of roasted meats, spiced ales. You see that through the streets, the sturdy looking mountain goats, their thick coats protecting them from the mountain's cold, hauling wagons brimming with ores, ingots, supplies, merchants pushing heavy carts laden with goods, while also armored patrols keeping watchful eye on everything as you march through the streets. You see little alcoves set in the walls around you, walkways, which also have soldier patrolling back and forth. Unlike other dwarves I've heard of, her Douglas is a little different. It's not merely defended, it is itself.
One.
And far below the base of the city, great
Oh, I know it's good
gorges are
choice.
burning hot, and these great vents of steam are rising up from different pipes and chimneys, and also from the molten lava that runs through like rivers through carved channels in the blackened stones. The people walking around as well, they don't look like your standard sort of peasant dwarf. They all seem to be laden with golden bangles, jewelries, different emblems on them, exotic looking headpieces, all of them unique, all of them bespoke. It's a picture of gross wealth. You can see that if you were to continue walking down, you'll find yourself you could find yourself into what appears to be the level, the trade level, the market level. Lots of stalls and shops and things seem to be set up.
As we're walking further up, well, they're certainly conservative, aren't they? Nice and simple design. Nothing too flashy.
This feels different to dwarven culture. I think I, for one, have certainly experienced when I think back to the mines and the experience there and how humble their experience seemed to be. This is a stark contrast. There's something almost, dare I say, unsettling about just the
Did you get cut off?
exposure of wealth. Sorry, Hezekiah, say that again. Sorry, I missed what you said. Okay.
I don't know. I think.
Go on.
Yeah.
We're saying there is something almost unsettling about how this wealth is flaunted.
Well, I mean, dwarves are often defined by their wealth that they find in the ground, you know. And
Of course, there seems to be a heavy wealth here then.
Lachlan, do you happen to know if this wealth is very recently acquired, or have they had this wealth for centuries?
I'm not from here. Never been here. But
You would know it's old.
yeah, it's established, you know. Yeah.
God has blessed these
I think they
people.
would get... Yes, this definitely came from the earth. Can't give you that, okay?
Yes, Car has blessed them with protection. The spoils of Car's bosom.
What concerns me is that with this level of wealth going around, what would even a simple meal at a tavern cost?
I don't think you'll be extortionate.
Cost getting priced out of the market here. We should look for a whatever passes for modest accommodations here. The shabby.
I agree. I was hungry an hour ago.
Well,
So certainly
perhaps
finding somewhere to get a
rather
meal
than
should be our first port of call.
just be so dismissive and be like, "Oh, they're gonna charge us loads." Why don't we just go find out?
Indeed.
Yes, exactly. You should go
And
find
can
out
I kind of
what's-
scan the area and just look? Is there anywhere amongst this that looks like... you mentioned the marketplace and fine-smelling ale. Is there kind of any sort of outlets, any sort of clearly looking restaurants or inns or taverns? Or is the marketplace our best bet?
Give me a perception roll, please.
Yeah.
So you look down, you can see immediately ahead of you the market area. It does look like there are many food available. Looking a little bit further, you can see there are some actual proper setup taverns, places where you would be able to get a meal comfortably rather than standing to it. So there's definitely places all over here.
Well, we're looking for a bed as well, so let's head to one of the more stable establishments. Yeah.
Yeah, I think let's make our way towards someone that looks like it would provide a good meal and a bed for the night.
Okay, you
And
make
if
your way.
we can't combine the two, then so be it. But, you know, I think food and shelter, they're our priorities at the moment, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Find
shelter.
yourself at Whistling Rock.
Concrete is
You open this very heavy metal or gold doors. Or inside there is a number of food, drink, all dressed up, eccentric looking outfits almost. Uh, there's a dwarf behind a bar over to you and raises a. What can I do for you?
Are you the lead drummer?
What food do you serve here? If you do serve food, that is.
I will serve food. We've got lots of lovely delicacies at the moment. And he says, he gestures towards plates which are around on other tables and says, got a range of fungus meals for you. That's your delight or fine roast goat.
Is anyone else having a little trouble understanding Woody?
I'm getting really bad feedback at the moment.
Bad feedback. You see if
Yeah,
I think it's Dragodon. You're like getting echo from us all when we're talking. That's just keep cutting Woody out for us, sort of for me anyway. Keeps going over the top.
Yeah, I'm catching it sort of like echoing over each other and making it hard.
oh yeah, he is repeating actually. You'll put yours on mute for a second, and maybe that might help out. So it gives you the options, and hang on. One second. So he gives you options of roasted goat. He gives you the option also of hams and cheeses, minced pork. He also gives you a range of fungus meal as well. So lots of different kind of mushrooms. Essentially, there's a lot of sort of either roasted mushrooms or souped variety. But it all looks rich. It all looks good. Certainly smells good.
I think at this point, Romong is probably starting to salivate. I think, and he looks to the party. I think we found somewhere.
Do you do rooms?
Rooms? We can do your rooms, yeah.
How much would that cost for our?
Not one each. Right. And he get back with a price for you that I've got prepared somewhere. Yeah. One of our rooms is just one room or one each? Either way, we'll be able to help you out. You'll be looking at 6 gold a night.
Gold per head, perfect. Well, do you have twin rooms?
Ah, we've got twin rooms, yeah.
Alright, we'll take 3 of them.
Perfect. That'll be 18 gold.
Oh, I thought it was a gold ahead. Apologies.
Well, it's a room, innit? Twin room, you can have that. Six
Do you
gold.
have a bed with 6 beds in it? A
Six beds.
room, a room with 6 beds? Would that?
Twin will be our best. Twin will be our best man.
So why
I've
did
got
you
two
say
numbers.
6 gold a minute ago? What was that to?
6 gold a room.
Right. But you said, do we want
But
one room? Which implies that you have a room which could house us all.
I didn't know you're speaking for the lot of you.
Right, so we're a group that's come together.
Aye.
Right, we'll take 3 rooms. Here's 18 gold.
Beautiful. He takes the gold and he hands you a key. You go up the stairs there. You swing a left, and there your rooms will be.
Thank you. Just be the one night. Also another question. Is there anywhere around here that sells riding goats?
You want to go? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can find that. Table's just you go, and he gives you directions. It's basically going to be up a upper level, cross a walkway, down some steps. He gives you a whole list of directions.
What's the name of the shop?
The name of the stable is. That's the one I haven't got prepared.
That's okay. It was more for next time.
Is that the name of the stable? That's the one I haven't got.
That's the one I haven't got. That is the name of it.
Goat.
That's the one I haven't got. Yeah.
I'll just put goat shop. Right, perfect. And some food for my starving friend and us hungry, the rest of us.
Absolutely. What are you after?
Not goat for me.
Give us it
Robert.
out. Very.
Did you say there was pork?
Got minced pork, yeah.
Go for some roast pork.
Okay.
This is the point where I lean over to Brother Keck and suggest, Brother Keck, do you think that this might be an opportunity for us to travel a little bit lighter if you were able to provide for us in ways that please my companions' tastes?
Yes. I'm unsure why no one ate the food from before. To be honest, I still got plenty of bread in my robes.
Because it was a lot of food in the middle of a frozen landscape, but this would be the perfect time once we retreat to our rooms to do that. Everyone, maybe we should not quite dine just yet. We might perhaps deal with that a little later.
Well, me and Robok are gonna get some food, I think. You know, it's all good eating bread every day, but you need enjoyment and fulfillment in your life as well. I'm not just going from house to house.
Water is more than just bread stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
That's something more tasty than that. There.
Well, I mean, what a way to embrace a culture by eating the food that you can eat on the road, right? Do you not want to dive straight into dwarven culture? Maybe you might learn something, respect what's going on in here. And then
I slap a hand on Locke's shoulder. Could not agree more. I'll take the pork.
yeah, one for me as well.
Minced pork. Absolutely. And he said that's 2 silver apiece. And he brings, after a little while, he brings out the dishes for you, puts them down in front of you, and it looks very nice.
I mean,
Steaming hot meal, very fragrant, and it comes with a side of.
Wedding herd ogres, eh?
Probably after Lachlan saying that, Keck could probably join them as you said, learn something new. Get a bit of pork.
Yeah, we can have some bread later when we're still hungry.
I've never really tried anything like this, so how how would you just pick it up like this? He's kind of just grabbed the size and just picked it off the plate.
Eat however you like, my friend. We don't judge. Woody.
Hmm?
I've got the Breakers Inn. Is that a place?
Breakers in. That
Yeah.
is a place.
Hold on, is that
Yeah, I
the
thought I saw that in my
Breakers,
notes as well. Or, I don't know, I've got it written down as the Breakers Inn and the Breachers Inn. I don't know whether one might have auto-corrected.
Also, the breakers are the criminals, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
notable.
I don't know.
Are we at the breakers or the breachers or any?
It's I know I've got the Breachers in Hardogus. Yeah, Sylvester mentioned the Breachers Inn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he gave you a nice place to go to. He would recommend, and it was free.
Yeah, I was trying to find my Sylvester notes.
Yeah, I think I have written it down as the Breakers Inn, but I think that's a mistake on one of them.
The Breakers in, and
Or is there a,
I can
is there a
confirm. I can confirm to you that the group you're at, you've got that a little bit up. It was Sylvester. It was Sylvester who gave you. Not the name of the two individuals you're going.
Yeah, it was the inn. Okay.
But this place you're in certainly looks very nice. It is well put together. It is very exquisitely carved in rock and inlaid with, like everywhere else, elements of gold filigree and designed runes, gems. It's very top end compared to what you're used to.
Oh, this is great. I feel like home again. Eating my mum's food.
I have to say, this high life is very pleasant.
And as well,
All of
Locke,
that pork I could not resist.
when your meal was brought, Locke, you were given the side of ale, but you were also given a shot of some.
I'll neck it. Why not?
As soon as you neck it, it is incredibly hot. Like it is the fieriest of fire water whiskey you could imagine.
Delicious. I'd really recommend getting one, guys.
What was that, Locke?
Oh, whiskey. Do you
common?
drink? Common. Normally in dwarven culture, heavy drinking. Do you drink?
I said I was going to try. Do things while here? And I hold a kind of hand up and try and signal a waiter or if there's service.
Mm-hmm. There is a dwarf who comes over. It's a slightly different one, but he comes over.
I'll just point I'll point at Lachlan's shot glass, kind of cock my head a little bit and go, I'll have one of those, if you'd be so kind.
Ah, Drake's Bite. Gotcha. Be right back.
Could I maybe get one too?
Oh,
Absolutely.
No. Gonna do damage to him.
Those will come in at 1 gold each. everyone who's getting one, you'll need to mark off 1 gold, plus also your 2 silver for your meals. And he comes and he brings another 2 shots of the Drake's breath, Drake's fight. Sorry. Put it. Enjoy, lads. He nods and heads off.
I toast to Lachlan, and I clink the little shot vessel, whatever it is, to Keck. To your health. And I down it.
Oh.
Roll a Constitution check.
Check or a save? Do you want?
A save, actually. Yeah. Both of you.
Why is it? Okay. Sorry, I was asking for.
So, Romok, you down it, and immediately you feel the burn rising up inside you. You cough for a moment. It's a lot to take in, but you manage to hold back just enough. Brother,
That's hot.
You almost choke on this as soon as it touches your lips and goes into your mouth, it burns so hot, and you almost feel yourself throwing up from it. You cannot catch your breath for a moment, and you are just choking.
What? What is that?
Wash it down with this. And I'll just pass him a bit of my ale.
Just grabs it and goes.
This is more standard ale, but yeah.
What was that about the ale? Sorry.
The ale is more of a standard ale, although it is spiced. It is very nice, but you don't have to worry about constitution saves or anything on this.
Mr. Keck, have you drunk alcohol before? Is that what you do or not?
On special occasions when we are doing particular rituals to Ka, it's not really something I've had at hand, but as I said before, this is a new world. It's spreading teaching of Ka, but also learning from the world as I go.
Right. Well, I mean,
but
at least you're not opposed to it. You're open-minded.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be trying it again, no.
Next time I'll warn you.
This guy has been miserably nibbling on a good berry this whole time, right? And because he popped 10 out earlier and they were all refused. He offers one over to Brother Keck and says, "Suck on this a little bit. It makes the burn go away and rehydrates you."
Oh, thank you, Hezekiah. He takes it. He goes, actually, now that I've had a chance to warm my shell, I remember when you asked about rumors from...
Are about to summon another 45 pounds of food that you do it not right here, but perhaps upstairs in our room.
Oh no, I'm not doing that quite yet. I just remembered when you were asking about rumors and things I've heard from Greyhaven and Dragonsbane. I completely forgot about the man I met on my travels. He was talking of these amazing stories of these great beasts that he had slayed, and was just telling these renditions. They were fascinating, but
who was this person?
Might this gentleman be Mr. Tarvis Godsbane?
I can't remember. His name definitely began with T. I think it might have been.
The man's a liar.
Was he quite pompous and an idiot?
Was he, Woody?
Yeah,
was
you would
T.
recognise that. You'd connect that description.
Not everything he ever said, he's a liar.
A liar, but he has such passion.
He writes very well. I'm on his. He writes a good story. I'm on his 3rd or 4th book now, and they are quite riveting.
Yes, it's easy to make pretend when you write it all down.
Oh,
The prose seem
I'm
somewhat
not prone to
connected,
believe
but
everything is fact, Jasper.
I seem
I
to
feel
remember
he
you-
writes with some level of fiction, but they are good reads.
I seem to remember you captivated by his so-called deeds, Robot.
Indeed. Ah, guilty as charged.
So, I was conned again.
Yes, it seems to be a recurring thing. You seem to be very...
Conned? Does that mean you gave this person money?
Oh no, I truly believed he'd slayed these mighty beasts, and I travelled in for a few days, and
Well, did this make you feel good in any way?
regardless of how it made me feel, he lied. He was not truthful with me.
Yes, but here's the thing, right? If you were lied to, but it made you better for it, then perhaps it's not of a con, but just an experience.
But it's an experience that didn't happen.
No, I meant your experience with this person.
Perhaps. Just probably. Kek's probably just a little bit looking a bit glum, kind of looking off in the table, like really thinking about his last few days of travel.
And I think we might just, on that note, we'll call it a night, guys, and we'll pick this up again in the next one. You've found yourselves now in the city of Herdogas, and knows what you get to do here. How long you'll stay? It's up to you.
Not
But
with those
it is-
room charges.
But again, it's up to you how long you stay. How deep your pockets are.
Woody, how much did you say we had to take off for the rooms?
Oh, I've done it all. I did it all.
It was
Oh, did you?
yeah. It was lots paying for it all. Yeah,
Yeah, I just did it all.
Oh no, that's right. I took off for the drink.
I didn't take a drink. Okay, so I took 2 silver off because that's what I thought I heard. But
Yeah, that was
Two
for the
silver
food.
2 silver for your meal, and then 1 gold
Oh.
for the shot of Drake's night.
okay, I'll keep the 2 silver off then. Pay for food.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
You're in a new location now, and yeah, like I
Cool.
say, who knows how long we'll stay here.
You're getting Hotel California vibes.
Dun, 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 dun.
You can never leave.
It's a lot like the threat that the guy pointing to the hanging person at the entrance made, we'll never leave. So,
What's
sounds
the
ominous.
the Greek one called with the lotus flower?
Oh, yeah. Percy Jackson.
Yeah, from Percy Jackson.
That's not just from Percy Jackson. It's all based on the
No,
Greek mythology.
Yeah, it's all,
But yeah, the key casino in Percy Jackson's based on it as well. Yeah. But yeah, if it's all gold and all glamour, one of us.
No, they're just dwarves.
It's like there's an island, isn't there?